Hello, everyone, and welcome to the weekly Falco Community call. Please, I shared the link to the HackMD in chat. Please add your name under the Who Joined section. And just two reminders. Well, during this call, all the CNCF code of conduct applies, so please be kind and nice to everyone else. And remember that the call is being recorded, so if you don't want to be recorded, please turn off your camera. And I think that we can start. Okay, thank you, Andrea, for sharing the link again. And okay, what we have in the agenda, I think, okay, I lost my, okay. Okay, thank you, Thomas. So I think that this week we do not have highlights, so I think we can start with the agenda. Leo, you are the first one. So please.
Yes, I just wanted to give you a quick update on a long-run task. That's basically our intention to revamp Falco Cattle, Falco CTL, depending on how you pronounce that. Basically, in the last days, I opened a request to our maintainers to step up as maintainers of that project. This is required because currently I am the only one maintainers, and for our governance, I cannot take important decisions alone. Some core maintainers already replied, so I'm very happy of that, and probably we will open a pull request to vote on adding them on the owner files. If I remember correctly, replied Zook, Fede, Max Joe, and 12 minutes ago, Carlos Panado. So we have 4 commentators that will help in revamping this project. At the same time, I want to sponsor Aldo and Lorenzo as a reviewer because they are doing a very great job with the idea of using Falco Cattle as a manager for installing plugins and rules that will be distributed by Falco Security. I think this is all about Falco Cattle.
Thank you, Leo.
Sorry.
Anyone...
I want to just add one thing that is not written in the agenda. I want also to sponsor Aldo as a reviewer of the Falcon chart because he helped me a lot with that, and he is continuously reviewing pull requests on that project. So Aldo, feel free to open a pull request to add yourself as a reviewer.
Thank you.
Of course, if nobody disagrees.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Okay, does anyone have any question? No? Okay, I think we can move with the next point in the agenda, and this one is of Jan. Please, the stage is yours.
Yeah, thank you. Mine is a question around a particular issue that's open, dealing with running out of memory when trying to use when there's a lot of daemon sets that are present on there. So I'm running into this 100 meg limitation, and it's killing the daemon. This one has been extremely impactful for my environment. Right now I've got about 1,500 nodes that are just not working with the latest version. So what I'm trying to plan and do right now is figure out what the time frame might be for a fix for it. I saw from the last message on there that this one's a bit more complicated in terms of the fix, trying to address in terms of trying to how to address it. So I'm trying to figure out what the time frame might be, so then I can plan for what I need to do in order to get my stuff up and running. The challenge that I have is we have a 30-day patch window for most vulnerabilities. We go down to like a 15-day if it's something's really aggressive, like a very critical type of issue. And so I'm taking some of the, I'm taking Falco and I'm using like Falco no driver in this case. So the slim one, I'm taking that, and then I'm patching that on top of that, like apt patching, apt update, and trying to get that to be like, you know, a non-vulnerable version. But because of the release cadence that, you know, that trails behind, the issue I have now is that when I did do this upgrade, because of that bug, it's you know, crashing a good portion of my system. So I'm trying to figure out if I need to go back to an old version and just run that, and if so, like for how long I might need to do that. Because what I need to do internally is basically like communicate up and say, hey, this is how long we're going to have these vulnerabilities in place for this, and so and give an expectation around that. Secondly, if there's anything that I can do based upon what we know about the issue, if there's any workaround that I could potentially do. And then also if there's anything that based upon what the fix might be, if there's anything that I should start planning for on my side to put my system, get my systems in a different state that would be more effective with whatever patch ends up coming out.
So if I can reply, first of all, I want to say, Jan, thanks for reporting this, and we are definitely working on that. We were trying to target this for this release, I mean within September, but I really believe that this will take more time, so it would be realistic to release a patch version maybe in October, as soon we have a working solution. The real issue we have is that it's really hard to reproduce this and test, of course, on the back of this, because you need a huge environment. And one thing that I would ask to you is that if you are available to maybe try some development version Falco in your environment and see if it works or not. Because one issue that we have is it's hard to reproduce the whole product, you know.
So yes, and, yeah, if there's, I'm happy to do some testing of dev version as long as I can, you know, I know what the changes, if I can see what the changes are. Yeah, I can test. I have plenty of systems to test it out on.
Sure. Every dev build is public. It will be built by our CI. We will just give you a link, a public link. You can download it from there. And another thing is that we have, it was implemented, I believe, 2 or 3 releases ago. We have a simple version of the Kubernetes support that does not require to connect to the API server. Basically, if you remove the -k option from Falco, Falco will still able to fetch some Kubernetes metadata, but not all of them. To be precise, if I remember correctly, what is missing basically is the labels, and of course everything is not on the node, like the replica set, the service, thing like
deployments.
My point, my point is you should look at your rules, because if you don't need those fields, you could just try to disable the Kubernetes support. Basically, you have just to remove from the arguments the -k.
Okay, so it's anything that is the Kate's dot anything here on this list would be gone, correct?
Not everything. I mean,
only not everything.
Only the replica sets, deployment services, and so on. Because when the pods are created, kubelet will add some annotations to the containers, to the container
yeah.
manifest. And
Yeah.
what Falco does is it takes those informations from the
Exactly.
directly from the container runtime. And those are pod name, labels,
Pod
the
ID.
namespace where the pod is deployed, and I don't remember what are the others, but for sure, services, replica sets, deployments, and
Yeah.
services are
So
So
not-
anything that's not coming from the kubelet API. Okay, I'm super familiar with kubelet, and what I get through there is I'm also processing stuff with that myself. So, okay, that helps me understand. Okay, yeah, I think that I probably could use that then. Okay,
Basically, you will have a subset of those fields, but
Okay.
the most important ones, like the ID, the name of the pod, will be available.
So
Of course, that's kind of workaround, because you know, it's depend of the granularity that you need. If you don't need that level of detail, you can go without the full Kubernetes support. If you need all details, you have to talk with the database head, of course.
yeah. Okay, all right, thank you. Yeah, that helps.
You're welcome.
This is something we should check in our default rules, because most users are using the default rules. So if they need, if these fields are already present in the default rules for audit logs or for syscalls, it means even with small clusters, less than 30 nodes, they will face that issue.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, no relevant fields are used in rules condition, but maybe some are used in the output of the rules. So basically, what you will get is just the rule will trigger as before, but maybe you will see some NA in the output.
Okay.
So basically, I don't say it's a full solution, but it can be acceptable in some situations. And one thing that I want to make clear, this is not related to the Kubernetes audit. This is just for Cisco. Okay, those are Kubernetes metadata attached to Cisco.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Let's see, I think we can move. Okay, the next point is mine. I just wanted to say that the last PR for the Minikube support has been merged, and here it is. And it means that starting from the next Falco release, Falco will work out of the box when installing it on a Minikube cluster. So we have, so it's just that, because right now we cannot use it with the master branch, because the Falco driver loader script is coupled with a version of the Falco, meaning that if you deploy the master version, it will try to download the driver from the master version, meaning that we don't have the modules for that version built. So it will not work. But starting from the next version, it will work out of the box. And I know that it has been asked to, the support has been asked by many members of the community, so we did it. Any question?
Yeah,
I
basically a couple of thoughts about that. First of all, great job. This was a long-standing issue. Paul asked for that, I remember maybe 2 years ago, and finally we have a solution. If I remember correctly, we still have to make a request against the Minikube repository just to clean up the previous solution. Is that correct?
Yep, but it shouldn't conflict with this solution, because we can keep, because it meaning that all the Minikube releases will have the Falco module, but our script will try to use it as a last effort. So meaning that before we will try to download the driver from our repo, and if it doesn't work, then with modprob we will try to load that one. So I don't think we need to remove it from the Minikube. I mean, not forgetting this solution to work.
Exactly.
Yeah, it will be a
Just
good
a cleanup.
let know the Minikube community that
Exactly.
it's not needed anymore. Yeah, and
yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to add that this supports for the kernel module and also for the probe, for the DPF probe. So both of them can be chosen to run Falco with. Yeah.
Nice. And the second thought is, I remember that there are some blog posts in our website.
Yeah, we have to update
some guides. Yeah, we have to update them. Perfect. Yeah. Okay.
I will do it
Thank you so much.
Yeah, as soon as possible.
That's what I can just say. Thank you again. Good job.
Okay. Next point is the new version for the kernel glory page that is of Thomas and Fede. I don't know which one is going to.
I think I will present. You can just open the web page.
Sure.
Web page.
Yep.
Last week, Federico just released a new GitHub page to list all kernels we scrapped by our CI. We mentioned that it could be nice to have a better UI, better user experience to list these kernels. So we did it. You can now filter, search, and you can easily copy a link, is the last column, to share with someone. Your kernel is well scrapped by Falco organization. Any feedback is welcome, of course. If you like to write dummy JavaScript, you can help. That's all about that. I have another point. Right now, it's still a POC. Maybe you are familiar with the falco.download.org. Falco.download.org. It's where we can list all available artifacts, especially drivers, plugins, and so which are available for Falco. It's basically just an S3 bucket. So it's ugly, it's hard to search, it's hard to give links to people. So I created a Golang script to parse the whole XML, transform it in JSON, and create this UI. So you can easily list all available drivers, all available probes, kernel mods, etc. for Falco. You can, of course, download them, give links, etc., etc. And once again, if you have any feedbacks, remarks, comments, it's there. I'm welcome to receive them. We'll see how to integrate that in the official CI. Right now, it's linked to my own GitHub account.
Yeah, that's really impressive. Good job. We really needed something like that for ease to share with people if the modules or the probe is available and the link to download it. Great job. Does anyone has any question? Or? No. Okay. Okay, and I think that the last point in the agenda is of Jackie.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Jacqueline Salinas. I actually just joined SysDig about a month ago, and I've actually been attending the community calls. And I've kind of just been a fly on the wall observing. So I joined as director of open source ecosystem, and I'm going to be focused on non-code contributions for the Falco community. I got a few issues that I'll be opening up in the next few days, and also a few projects that I am proposing to the community that I'd love your feedback on. But I think a few people have already started seeing my name pop up here and there. I just wanted to do a formal intro. Yeah, and really excited to be part of the community.
Thank you, Jackie.
Welcome.
For people which who are not at SysDig, Jackie and I are in the same team. So if you need something from us, you can ask Jackie or I. It depends the level of technique you need.
But by the way, I believe it's really important that we introduce some path for non-code contribution, because we have a community that is growing and a lot of stuff to take care. So I just want to say thank you to Jack that is taking care of some stuff that we don't have.
Yeah, no worries. So like Tama and I and Vicente, we're going to be working on a plan for updating all of our documentation. So that's going to be rolling out soon, and I'll bring that presentation to the community and collect your feedback. The other area we identified was the blog. We'd love to get more contributions to the blog. So I've also have a program designed for that I'd love the community to get involved and provide feedback as well. So there are a few things that I've got in the works. I just need to formalize it and put it in an issue for visibility for the community. But yeah, that's coming up.
Okay. I just wanted to add another point, is that we have opened some issues on the Falco Cattle repo. Last time we said that we need some help from outside. So the issues are good first issues. So for new contributors. And if anyone is willing to help and wants to be involved in the project, just ping me or Lorenzo that we are working actively on the project, and we are very happy to help you with everything and keep you going on the project. Just wanted to add this one.
Yeah. And I just want to add that in general, we have a lot of incubating projects under the Falco Civil Organization that needs your love. So if anyone wants to contribute, for example, if you are a Go developer and would like just to help a bit, we have a lot of projects that are for you, that are waiting for you.
Yeah, I just added the point in the agenda because I forgot to mention it, but it's strictly related to what Aldo said. One work that I did in free time last week was to basically rewrite the whole plugin SDK C++ for the folks that are not aware of it. We have two different SDKs for writing Falco plugins. One is in Go and is well maintained and released, and the second one was experimental in C++. And it was not very functional nor well maintained. Basically, developing plugins on top of the latest released one created plugins that were not loaded by the newest version of Falco. So there has been some work, and thank you, Fede, for reviewing it. And we redesigned the whole thing, and I opened few issues that you see in the link that could be like a very good first contribution. So for folks in the community that are eager to write some C++ code, there's basically floor to rewrite the whole thing, and these are for some new starters. So any idea is welcome. We did not release anything yet, and mostly because we want this to be like ready when we do it. So any help is well appreciated, and I think this is sort of a valuable project because writing C++ plugins can allow in some cases better performance because we don't have to deal with CGO overhead that we have in the SDK Go. So for many use cases, this can be valuable. Feedback and help is very welcome. And that's it, basically. A new source for very good initial contributions.
Thank you, Jason. Okay, if any question about that, someone wants to add something.
I have just a comment on that, which Aldo and Lee was mentioning regarding Falco Kettle. So I got in conversation and you guys sent me a link to the issues. So currently my progress has been that I've been going through those links, understanding the documentation, and trying to create a rough scratchpad notes around that. I'll soon push that on the Slack as well, so that it also helps other people who are starting the same area as me. And I'm currently working on getting the CLA from Oracle. Once that's in, then I'll start picking up issues and actively contributing.
Okay. Okay, good. Thank you. That's awesome. Okay. If we don't have nothing else to say, I think that we can close this meeting. And if anyone wants to be the next MC, please just write down the name. And I think we are done. Thank you. Thank you everyone for being here.
I'm just seeing from the chat that Mauro volunteered to write the plugin SDK in Rust. Is that correct, Mauro?
I'm just trying it out. I just love Rust and anyway. Trying to get it to work.
Bye everyone.